Hi, my name's Manuel. I'm associate producer here at Ubisoft Toronto. I've been in the video game industry for 27 years, and last year at the age of 50, I discovered I had autism and ADHD. I'm very proud of that, and I'm happy to talk about it. When I was a kid, growing up in the early 80s, I was really into art and video games, because at the time the ZX Spectrum in the UK just blew up, the Commodore and the ZX Spectrum. So I was into video games. I didn't really think about careers in video games, but I loved art. After I finished school, I did a one-year foundation course. So I think I was about 17. That was great. That was very much art focused, doing graphics, doing textiles, doing sculpture, doing painting. After that, I did a university course in graphic design, but I specialised in animation. That time, this is the late 90s, mid-90s. Computer animation was kind of a bit rudimentary, as you can imagine. I joined the video game industry in '97 as a lead animator. I found that I enjoyed animation, but actually, maybe it was megalomania, but I wanted to I found that directing, working with people was interesting. So I've been with Ubisoft now for 11 years, and said that for most of my career, 23 years has been in production, 51 now, and I've had quite a long career, 27 years. So I have three sons, the twins who are 15, and the youngest one is like a year and a half younger. I started picking up on things. My son will be quite defiant. Well, yeah, kids often are, but in such a way that he might stand on a chair and I say, Charlie, can you get off the chair? So, no, you get off the chair. And there's a whole bunch of things where he'll go for a certain routine, brushing his teeth, he'll do a dance beforehand, and there's all sorts of these things just didn't quite add up in my mind. So I talked to my wife, and it led me to investigate. With her knowledge and support, he was diagnosed with ADHD. The people we talked to said it actually could also be autism. My wife always felt that I might have autism, and I thought I was in denial, I think, because again, my impression was, well, I don't have problems with eye gaze. I had such little knowledge, and I did go online and try and search out. Having my son diagnosed, and then I was having trouble at work some ways in my career. I'm kind of an introvert, but at the same time I'm quite driven. It's very easy to be labelled or misunderstood. As you can tell, I'm quite a fast talker, and also people say, oh, Dave's quite difficult, or Dave's quite, gets fixated on things. And to me, this is just my personality. I didn't really recognise that it could be an underneath thing that was happening to me. And that kind of was like a missing jigsaw piece. For me, it made a difference. I found out only last year, so 50 years I never knew. And now knowing, it's made a big difference to me, because I can do research, I can understand more myself. I think sometimes I could come across as a little bit maybe abrupt, or a little bit lacking sympathy. So having a mentor, I think, has greatly helped me to better understand myself and how I come across. So when people want to try and join the video game industry, the thing is to do your research, find out what companies there were, because often companies want to be reflected. So if you're interested in superheroes, there might be a company doing superheroes. So don't get too focused on one video game company. It might not be even the first choice. You might want to be a designer, you might join the company as an intern, or you might join as a project coordinator. There's different ways in. So my advice is be flexible. So I've been at Toronto Ubisoft now since 2016. What I find most fun about the job is working with people. And I've enjoyed working with my colleagues it's a very creative industry. It feels a great feeling being part of a team. It's really enjoyable seeing the end result on the shelves. And some of the projects I worked on and enjoyed was like Watch Dogs Legion. These are kind of AAA products. Also the Far Cry series. And I'm working with colleagues not just here in Ubisoft, but also around the world. Montreal, working with colleagues in India, working with colleagues in Europe. So those are kind of the projects that I've enjoyed working on and have worked on. In 5 years, I see myself staying within the industry. I really enjoy this industry. It's something that I know and feel secure in. But also this industry is changing. It has so much coming into it. Back when I was an animator, it was like mocap, and then we had working overseas with co-dev, and now we have the challenges and benefits of AI. Knowing more about autism this last year, since I've been diagnosed, I often hear the term superpowers, and I kind of get that. It's kind of a nice thing to say. And for me, the superpowers I think I have, tenacious. How can I make that better? how can I make this more efficient, more cleaner? And a lot of people don't think that way. Why would they? They want to make the animation better, they want to make this better. I'm thinking about how do we bring this together and we move forward and we hit the deadlines. That's my superpower.